This week it's Whitney's birthday, and we're doing one of her favorites, Men at Work.
Golf clap?
Golf clap.
I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
This is Bad Movies.
Worst People. Edition.
40 fucking 2, man.
Ow!
42.
You don't look.
I am the answer.
You don't look a month over 41.
Aw, thank you.
I mean, she's not yet.
Well, in the future. God, peek
Shocker,
behind the peek behind
I'm
the
gonna
curtain.
look exactly like this in 37 days.
All right, we'll see. You might have a black eye by then.
I was just thinking
You
that.
might punch your face in the chin.
That still hurts.
Something that Whitney said earlier was, "I just punched my face in the chin."
It hurts.
It's better than punching your ass in the chin.
Oh man, is it?
I don't know.
Would that be the taint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
That's the
Damn.
best we got.
I'm glad we're not doing a video of this because you could visibly see us both thinking about it, like visualizing the
What
taint.
is an
like,
ass chin?
I guess that is like. I mean, it's like the neck of the butt.
Or are we just grateful I don't have a butt chin?
Oh, like an actual butt chin.
Yeah.
Like
The
Gaston.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas or Kirk Douglas. Michael
Yeah.
Douglas had throat cancer.
Yes.
That's
separate
not a butt
things.
chin.
Two very separate things.
Unrelated. Not related to butt chins.
but related to each other.
Yes.
Speaking of Michael Douglas, he had nothing to do with this movie.
Uh-uh.
But this movie came out in 1990. It was written and directed and starring.
Emilio
Emilio
Estevez.
Estevez.
So,
And within the first 5 seconds of the movie, we see Emilio Estevez's name. It says Emilio Estevez film. Charlie Sheen. Emilio Estevez. And
Written
he just
by,
sandwiched
directed
himself.
by.
He just sandwiched his brother right inside
Yeah,
of
he
himself.
Oh
did.
yeah. So I mean, I've watched this movie a lot growing up.
Same.
And I don't think I ever knew it was an Emilio Estevez joint, as it were. Like, obviously, I knew he was in it. I'm not an idiot.
It's not something we paid attention to as children, at least not me.
No, but as much as I've rewatched it as my second youth, which is, when you're 21.
in your 20s, yeah.
I still never knew.
Okay.
But-
Well, that's why I picked this movie for my mental health birthday movie. Because
Yeah.
I
Now you're just
fucking
combining things.
literally grew up on this.
No one cares about your mental health
We
on your
did
birthday.
Rambo for Jack's birthday.
No, that was for Rambo's
That was
birthday.
for Rambo's birthday.
And Jack's.
My birthday.
And Sylvester Stallone's birthday.
Yeah.
But because
They're both
we're
born in
really
July.
good friends with Sly.
Yeah.
He's here all the time.
After those episodes, though, he hasn't spoken to me in a while.
Yeah. We
No.
did poke a little bit of fun at him.
He's got that thing in his contract, that clause, the same thing as Jason Statham and stuff, where he can't lose a fight in any movie.
Oh, also with The
And he
Rock and
lost.
Vin Diesel now.
Yeah.
Like, it's the whole thing. And I watched something recently. Oh, it's goddamn Fast X. And Jason Momoa, fantastic, gets his ass kicked because he's an actor.
Yeah.
Because he knows, and he's gonna be remembered, I think, more and more fondly than Vin Diesel ever will.
I mean, I'd rather sleep with Momoa than Diesel.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we'll all forget Vin Diesel when Fast XXX finally comes out, and then he just disappears into the ether.
I mean, if you're not watching any of the Fast and Furious, and you shouldn't, you don't give a shit about him anyway, except for 3 words.
Shocker. He's going to come out with Pacifier 2.
Those aren't the words. The 3 words is "I am Groot."
He's gonna do Pacifier 2. He's gonna do pretty well, so he's gonna be like, "We're doing 13 of these."
I gotta raise my
That was
family.
I did a little too Stallone on that.
Well, the
I
difference.
can't say anything other than fair.
The difference is a paralyzed face and not, and I don't know who's who. One has a paralyzed face, and the other one can't act.
Has a paralyzed soul?
Yeah, he's a testicle. I mean, just watching him on screen next to the captivating Momoa. I mean, it's really easy to be a better actor than a fucking sleeveless shirt set of testicles.
I mean, my introduction to Momoa is from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Didn't fucking say a goddamn
Khal
word.
Drogo. He didn't say a word of English.
I
He
think that's
didn't need
everybody's
English.
introduction.
Well, I'm sure his mother knew him before that.
Nah.
Not his father.
Oh, wow.
I don't know their relationship. I'm sure they're lovely.
Speaking of fathers, these two people have the same father.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
I'm not good at segues, but I'm trying to get us back.
No, I think that's a great segue, sir.
No. What I mean is I was riding a segue and I fell off.
That's a much worse segue.
He's got the scar to show for it.
So yes, 1990, rated parental guidance 13 and under.
Oh, well, that's why we
Was
didn't
it
see any
13 and
nerps.
under?
Yeah.
No nerps.
Okay.
And actually, you know what? Cursing?
Cinemax said 16 plus.
Did we even get like an F-bomb?
Yeah, Keith. He says the N-word.
And
He
the F.
says
Just
that-
like, but just enough to make sure it's like you get one. Everybody gets one before it's
Oh,
rated
I
R,
think
right?
he said it like
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
I think you get, technically you get one F.
I mean, it's 90s
But-
PG-13, which is very different than we have now.
Yeah, because the TV said 16 plus.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
that's
I've-
streaming.
I've discussed it before on here, but like the rating system doesn't actually have rules. It
Yep.
depends on what studio you're working for, how much money you have, and if you've made friends with the right people.
Truth.
So
We haven't made friends with the right people, so we watch whatever the fuck we
You
want.
guys are friends with me. You definitely haven't made friends with the right people.
I was going to say that backwards.
So it starts with this music that's unlike the rest of the movie. So it's like this
There's
synthy,
two.
like-
There's two songs in here that are unlike the rest of the movie. Like the score.
yeah, because it's like this synthy like kind of thing going
Yeah.
on.
And we're underwater.
I'll
Seeing
give you this. It's
leaky
John
barrels.
Carpenter meets Jaws meets Gordon Gekko. Like that's what I heard when this is going
I don't know
on.
the third one you said.
Wall Street. Just very
Wolf's on
corporate.
Wall
Martin Sheen.
No,
from
no, Wall Street.
Oh.
Anyway,
You should watch it. You should watch Wall Street, and then you should watch Hot Shots Part 2, and that way you can get the joke.
Okay.
Man, you've been living your whole life not getting that joke.
What joke?
So Hot Shots Part 2. Hot Shots Part 2.
Dude.
We've got Charlie Sheen on the river, on the boat in Vietnam, going down. He's doing like this monologue.
He's
in his
doing like
head,
Apocalypse Now, really.
like
Okay.
Apocalypse Now. And then you've got Martin Sheen. You start hearing this other voice.
Martin
doing-
Sheen going
doing a
upriver,
monologue.
Charlie
Okay,
Sheen
right,
going
right.
downriver.
And because Martin Sheen was in Apocalypse Now doing the same thing.
Oh.
So and then they cross each other, and then they see each other, and like their monologues are overlapping, and they look at each other and they both go, "I loved you in Wall Street," because they're together.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a solid joke.
It's a lot funnier if I don't have to explain it.
No, jokes work better when you have to explain them, I think.
Do you know how long it's been since I've seen Wall Street? I mean,
never-
not Wall Street.
I was gonna say
Hot
never.
Shots Part. Duh.
Not soon enough, dude. That movie's so
I
fucking good.
I got it from Blockbuster.
It holds up.
I probably haven't seen it since I was a teenager, and it's still ingrained in my soul because I saw it 473 times.
I mean,
Maybe
we
saw it
talked about
once.
it during Rambo. It's like, oh, he's gonna shoot that chicken into no, that's Hot Shots. This is a fucking actual movie
Oh,
they
the
stole
chicken?
it from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of nothing you were talking about,
So there's Leaky Barrels, which is the name of a blues musician.
well, I got them Leaky Barrel Blues.
These people are dumping these barrels in the ocean or something, and
A
there's
lake
this
or-
cackling villain who is also running a corporation, standing up while they're watching it happen. And it's basically, he mentions he's making paint thinner, and he's like, I got to put the waste somewhere. I'm like, isn't paint thinner the waste?
Paint
I
thinner
don't-
is the
Right?
waste.
That's
This
what
is
I
the
thought, too.
byproduct. Also, with these barrels, how much fucking paint thinner you making, buddy?
Yeah, right?
Potterdam the Third.
Yeah, I got his name at the end when he says it very pronounced.
Well, and so I bring it up because in a little bit, Charlie Sheen's going to give a fake name, and he gives like a Mark
Ted?
I'm making up the last
Something
name. Ted
stumbled in the
Weathersby the Third.
It's Kaczynski.
Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski.
Oh, Ted Kaczynski the Third. The third coming of Ted Kaczynski. But no, I wonder, like after Potterdam the Third said his name, I was like, maybe Charlie Sheen saw the Time article that had this guy on it, and was like,
Oh.
that's why I'm going to do pretentious name the Third.
Okay.
Probably.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
It's Maxwell Potterdam. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to my notes and looked it up. But yeah, he's an asshole. He looks like a cartoon character of an 80s businessman.
Uh-huh.
That deep V cut of the
High shoulders.
that sharp angled
Slicked
suit.
back, and I'm talking greasy hair.
It kind of looks like the villain from Three Ninjas, but like with a full body.
that can't fight.
that
Yeah.
still has
Yeah.
hair.
But like that guy was like scrawny and balding. This guy actually looks like he might have a full human body, and he's not balding. I mean, he's got like a little bit of
It's
a peak,
thinning. It's
but,
thinning.
you know.
But yeah, definitely recognized him from Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. He's
Yeah.
the sleazy boyfriend sleeping with the boss, also trying to fuck what I believe is an underage Applegate at the time.
I recognized him from American Psycho. Oh no, that's Christian Bale.
Dude, watching that guy fuck somebody, looking at himself in the mirror, even he's making an ugh noise.
Exactly.
He does. He looks like a poor man's Christian Bale here. He's like
He does.
He's like Christian Bale with bad teeth and not a great and without the angular face.
It wasn't bad teeth. It was just the tingy, the tobacco coffee stain teeth.
Well,
but they were
yeah.
beautiful.
We're talking 90s
perfect.
Hollywood, so I mean, no
Yeah.
one's bleaching yet. And,
Exactly.
it's a different.
Well, that's why his asshole looked that way too.
No one's bleaching their assholes in the 90s. And standing next to him, though, is the poor man's Ed Begley Jr., Daryl Larson. And I only want to know his name because he's doing some great work later in this movie.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Not when he's talking.
Yeah. No.
He's
Not
fine.
while
He's fine.
Not while he's alive.
He's
Spoiler
competent
alert.
when he's alive. He's playing Jack Berger, which, by the way, I don't like hearing my name in a movie.
No, you don't.
I just
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
did it not give you a good idea for like a fast food restaurant? Come on down to Jack Berger.
No, Jack Berger sounds like you jizz on someone's bread and feed it to him. Like, no, you can't have your name Jack.
You came
in
up with that way too
anything.
fast.
Well, yeah, it's just on the tip of my mind. You want to hear about Jack Barbecue? You don't. We don't just pull our pork.
You can get this pulled pud sandwich. What'd you say? Pulled pork sandwich.
I think you heard me.
But yes, he's a councilman running for mayor, and he's been covering up for these guys who are dumping toxic waste because they said it wouldn't leak for 150 years.
So I'll be dead, and it's my fucking kid's problem.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
My children's
Ain't
problem.
that America?
Well, he's a politician. They only give a shit about what's happening in the next 4 years, or
Yeah.
however long their term is.
But for whatever reason, today he has had enough.
He grew a conscience. Jiminy Cricket jumped up on his shoulder.
No, he didn't grow a conscience. He's
Get a
running
little
for
whistle.
mayor, and these barrels are leaking. And so
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh shit, this is gonna come back on me." That's literally
Oh,
it.
so yeah, he has no. It's not a moral high
No,
ground.
It's self-defense, self-preservation.
Oh, I retract my statement.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
this
a
guy.
piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead.
And then we go to Emilio Estevez sleeping on the beach with some rando chick who we never meet again.
Nope.
No, I still think it was her.
I think it's
Her who?
from.
Nobody else here was with us while we were watching the movie.
I think she's a nobody for the record, but say your piece.
She kind of looked like from the angle and sounded like the chick from Pee-wee's Playhouse or the baby girl from Valley Girl.
I just don't think it was her. And if you're gonna get
when you're
that
saying
girl,
when you're saying the girl from Pee Wee's Playhouse, you mean the girl that also played Batman or Oswald Cobblepot's mom?
no,
Oh, okay.
she's talking about
The main girl
Her name
character,
escapes me. She does the
Dee
voice
Dee?
for Rugrats.
Or was she
Dee.
Dee from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I'm a loner, Dottie.
Dottie.
She plays
Yeah,
Dottie.
the Dottie. That's the one that ends up being his like girlfriend in
Yeah.
Pee Wee's Playhouse. She
Yeah.
was the one. Him and her played Oswald Cobblepot's parents in Batman.
Oh, I thought
Returns.
it was Helena Bonham Carter that
No.
did. No, okay.
No, it was those two. Which
I
is
knew.
awesome.
I knew it was Paul Rubens.
Pee-wee Herman
Yeah.
was Bottom Bottles.
Bomb Bottle.
Elizabeth Daly is who we're talking about.
Edward
By the
Bomb
way,
Bottle.
Elizabeth Daly, who we're talking about, by the way. And I just don't think it's her because talking about 90s, she would have more than one line. And
Yeah.
I think this scene to me is setting up that Emilio is a Lothario trashman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he just
just a person right now. We don't
he's-
know he's a trashman yet.
Well, but he can pull.
Yes,
But he does
can.
seem like a trash
We
man.
find that out also.
Oh, I
Sorry.
didn't mean garbage man. I meant trashman.
We find that when they're on the route too.
Yeah, we'll see a little more of that.
And then we get Charlie Sheen, who is not a Lothario because he's
No.
hanging out in his apartment. Well, their apartment, we find out. Just peeping on everybody. And at first I was like, oh, he's just watching this girl because he's a perv. He's watching everybody. He's
Oh, yeah.
going full Jimmy Stewart in Rear Window.
1000%.
stewardess over there getting naked.
I'm just gonna watch her.
Oh,
I was gonna watch her a
your
bit.
tray tables up. Make
I'm
room for
definitely
this.
in the upright position.
That's where I was going. Make room for this boner. Got it.
We got there.
Oh, Merry Christmas, stewardess.
Now just look at it.
Merry Christmas to me. You want to top that tree with your star?
I do love when he's peeking through all these different windows and he gets past and there's some dude also looking with binoculars at his building.
I mean,
And mind you,
sleazeball as
it's
shit.
5 a.m. by the way.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's-
it is. Okay.
I
We
just-
hear it on the radio.
It's great though because he's like, "What are you looking at?"
Yeah. What a creep.
And I thought they were gonna like cut to that guy looking at someone in his building, but no, they
Right.
just move on.
I
and
wanted
it's-
a little bit more back and forth. Maybe spend 5 more seconds on this scene. You know, of like maybe they take the binoculars up, binoculars down. Maybe something is mouthed to them. Maybe a mutual middle finger. But it's fine. I want a little more from
Like
that.
that meme, hey, what's your name?
I don't know that meme. Send it to me.
I will.
He points up, and the guy just goes out to his balcony and looks up with his binoculars to see what he's looking at. You know, the other girl up there, that kind of thing.
No, not you. Her.
Yeah, up there. He's like,
But
"Oh,
I can't
shit,
see
okay."
because it's above me.
He's on a balcony.
Oh, he'll hold a mirror for him, dude. Creeps help each other out.
Do we know?
Oh, yeah. I've heard.
Peepers Anonymous.
I don't belong to a club.
So
Well, you're not in the fucking club.
he does end up seeing this girl who we find out later is kind of a main character of this movie.
She's
So
definitely the
she's-
main female.
She's Jack Berger's assistant, but at this point he's just watching her
manager.
campaign manager.
Campaign
okay.
manager.
Put a little respect on it.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't even get her name. I don't know if they ever say it except for once.
That's funny. Connie?
I think it's like Susan
Rebecca?
or something.
Susan.
Is it Suze?
Susan. Yeah.
Suze all day.
Because
All
when
right.
he's slamming on the barrels, Susan.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
I was like, in my
yeah.
head, I hear Susan, and I don't know why.
You might want to go see a doctor about that. Played by Leslie Hope,
It's what I call him. At
who
night.
I didn't really recognize as an actress, obviously, but
Super cute.
she directed a bunch of the reboot of the Lost in Space.
Yeah, I saw that. She did
that's
Lost
pretty.
in Space.
That's pretty awesome.
She directed some of the episodes of the Snowpiercer TV show with Daveed Diggs. So, like, she's done some cool shit.
She's still
as a
working in
director.
Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
getting paid, girl.
They have to go to work, and they're garbage men. They have to do garbagey things. And they're drinking Jolt Cola, hanging out in their truck. And these guys behind them, who are just their rivals throughout the movie, which I think it was Frost and Lazinski.
Yeah.
Sounds
Oh
right.
yeah. No, you nailed it.
I wasn't sure if it was Lazinski or if I heard it wrong. And then later on, I was just filling in Lazinski because of Dan Aykroyd in Tommy Boy.
So you've got one who is very leather vest, big pompadour greaser style, and the other guy is just a white dude with dreadlocks, Jamaican
Super
hat
rusted
that like fucking half baked. You know,
Yeah,
if I-
exactly.
If I wasn't Jamaican, why would I wear this hat? He's got the reggae African pendant. Like, I mean, full on, full
What
on.
part of Jamaica are you from? Down by the beach, boy.
I mean, this guy is actually doing a good job of making me not like him, but enjoying him on screen.
Yes.
Like every time something happens to him, which I'm sure you're about to get to, like every time something happens to him, I'm loving it.
Well, so they spend the movie basically going back and forth pranking each other, but these guys don't understand what a prank is. Like at the beginning here, they do,
They're murderers.
but it escalates
Yeah.
quickly.
Yes, it does.
Like, so this first one, as Emilio and Charlie are just talking to each other, the guy yelled at him to get the fuck out of the way.
because he's ready to get some trash.
Yeah, I'm on the clock, motherfucker.
Yeah, so make that money.
And they're just slowly backing up while they're just chit-chatting to each other. They just back into him enough to smash his headlight.
Uh-huh.
Also, there was no like beep, beep.
I don't think he put it in reverse. I think he just put it in neutral,
Neutral?
and
Let it
drifted.
goes down. He's sneaking. That's how a
Oh.
garbage truck sneaks.
Okay, I got you.
That way they didn't notice right away until they were like, is that truck getting bigger?
I mean, just some garbage pranks here.
And then their prank is like Charlie Sheen goes into the glove box to get his gloves out, and a giant airbag fills the entire cab of the car.
Pretty
Yes,
cool.
it does.
Pretty
That's
cool.
a good one. And it comes back.
How did you feel, just generally, real quick? We'll get back to how did you feel about Emilio and Charlie back and forth?
I thought it was pretty good.
It looked natural, obviously.
I mean, I knew you would like it. Sorry, I knew Whitney would like it because this is a movie we grew up on. Derek, first time seeing it?
First time.
So I'm
never
going to
seen
ask
it.
you more questions like that than I will her.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, you don't know how that chemistry is going to be. It's like, oh, am I just getting my brother a job, or can we actually work together? Like,
But shocker, it's not the first movie they've done together.
Well, but it's a better chemistry than Young Guns.
when was Young Guns?
Oh, Young Guns might have been later, huh?
No, mid 80s. Late 80s.
Okay, Young Guns I think was like 88.
Yeah,
Oh,
it sounds
okay.
about right.
Okay, I had to think about it, but yeah, 88.
It's before this.
Okay.
So apparently Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez were like pulling pranks on each other too because they're brothers.
Yeah.
I saw this in the trivia. Charlie Sheen pulled a prank. Quote.
Fucked his wife, didn't he?
Ooh.
Got your wife pregnant.
Kinda. No, but so apparently he
Kinda.
said that Emilio Estevez had punched a paparazzo in a restaurant the night before they started filming, and he went so far as to get an on-set like police officer who was working there to come and like pretend to arrest him while they were doing a take.
Oh, fantastic.
And like Emilio Estevez was like losing his shit until he looked over and saw Charlie Sheen laughing, and he's like, "Okay, all right."
Garbage pranks, dude. Gotta love it.
I was like, that's fucked up. And
Sounds
also
like
hilarious.
some shit my sister and I would do to each other.
I mean, if you guys were famous and had money, yeah, you would do
I mean,
shit
at
like
least
this
this was
all
like,
the time.
yes, this was a real cop who was an on-set cop, but it was at least he didn't actually call the police.
Yeah.
He got someone in on it.
He had a little bit of reservation, at
Yeah.
least enough.
There was at the end of the credits, there was a thank you to the city's police department.
Well, they might have helped him shut down some of the
Yeah.
shoots and stuff. But I mean, it's probably shot on location, right? It looked pretty fucking
Looked like
LA.
California.
Yeah. No, this was definitely shot in or around L.A. somewhere. They weren't shutting down any downtown streets.
Oh no, you ain't seeing this downtown.
What town did they call it? Palalis?
Los
Playas.
Playas.
Oh, yes. Las Playas.
That's how I read it. I'm like, look at that, Los Playas.
So we have these hitmen that are introduced.
How do you know they're hitmen?
Well, they have a license plate, and it's you have to like really use your deduction powers when you're reading it.
Oh, like there's a
But-
one instead of an I?
It says hitmen.
Just HITMEN, hitmen.
I know.
There
I
was
was like,
a space in between. So
I know, but like,
it's
you'd
men.
like to like maybe put the 3, the E is a 3, the I
I
is
is
a
a-
1. Maybe do something clever.
they,
It's like,
they applied for
hitman.
that, and the DMV was like, we can't give you a license plate that says hitman. They were like, no. It says hit men. My brother he's a boxer. See,
Actually, I'm a baseball player.
Well,
and I get hits.
I
a
was
hitman.
thinking like I'm the top of the hits, man.
Oh yeah, so we've got the Billboard charts. We're also baseball players, and we're boxers, and we're drug dealers.
We're just-
Nope, not that one.
We're just hits, man.
I'm a
We got
famous
hits.
singing boxer.
That plays
Plays
baseball.
baseball in his spare time. You're about to find out what the hitman is.
I box on baseball's off time. When is off season for me? Never.
Oh, almost never. I mean, spring training's like starting right after the World Series is what, November?
October.
No, October's the playoffs, so it's like November. So you have December, January, February off, and then you're right back to training.
Because I know Reggie Jackson was Mr. October because he was in the World Series a lot. Or was it just the playoffs?
I want to say that's just because October is when it matters the most. You're in the playoffs.
Okay.
I don't know. We're not sports people here.
I know Reggie Jackson
Just
was
add
Mr.
us.
October because of basketball.
Uh-huh.
So-
I was wondering. I was like, how the fuck do you even know that name?
Because of the Bernie Mac movie.
I never saw that.
Derek's over here
Spoiler
giving me
alert,
Ty
I-
Cobb facts. I'm like, how do you know about Ty Cobb? Basketball. Duh. That's where I get all my sports trivia.
This bat says Ty Cobb.
Fucking great.
We just kind of get introduced to them. They're working for Maxwell Pompadour III or whatever.
Maxwell Pompadour the Third.
And then Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are getting harassed throughout the movie by these fucking bike cops. These Reno 911 cops.
Wait,
Did they
hold
lose
on.
their vroom vrooms?
You say bike cop. Let's elaborate. They are bicycle,
bicycle cops. Yes. Sorry, I say bike cop, and I'm thinking California, so I automatically think bicycle.
Yeah. But here in Tucson, I mean, that's how you make money is,
Yeah.
being a bike cop and arresting people,
Yep.
writing tickets.
I was gonna say they don't arrest anybody.
Well, they write a lot of the tickets.
They do write a lot of tickets. But yeah, these guys whose names I didn't really get, but they're constantly harassing. Well, one of them was constantly harassing him. The other guy's just
One's a
always standing
harassing
there.
and training.
The one is a new guy.
Yeah. He's
He's
learning.
also my new partner.
He's learning how to discriminate. He doesn't know that you're supposed to treat the lower class people bad yet.
Well, he's the one with the mustache. Shouldn't he be the higher up? And then the
No,
other
that's
one-
a fucking issued mustache. He just got that from the fucking station.
Yes, he did. He's,
But like, dude, these cops are, especially the top guy. I wish we would have gotten their names, but we didn't. He's an asshole to these guys, from what we can tell, because you're garbage men.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, that's the only issue.
He's like, if you're not breaking the law right now, you're gonna be, and I'm all over you.
Yeah, you guys are fucking. You guys have no ambition. You have no goals. You're just garbage men. I'm like,
Someone
people
has
have
to do this.
to do jobs.
I didn't know you can go to jail for not having goals and ambitions.
I would have
Yeah,
been
I should
arrested a long
leave.
time ago.
Yeah,
I gotta go on the lam.
it's that movie thing where it's like anybody who is a normal blue collar person is a piece of shit.
Uh huh.
And I don't like that because there's a lot of normal blue-collar people out there, and they have to be.
I don't even wear a collar.
Yeah. I'm a no-collar person.
I mean, spoiler, I was raised by blue collar.
Well, you are Irish.
Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to go above.
That's why they killed Kennedy. Fucking shirt color
Too
changed.
soon.
Too soon.
Never too soon.
That was like 60 years ago.
Shirt color change.
Kill him!
See, if he wasn't wearing a white shirt when he went to the
Yeah,
house.
dude, stick with the blue collar, guys. Stop calling our people.
So they're talking shit, and we get your guys' favorite joke.
Oh yeah, because this guy monologues, and then I think it's Emilio.
Yeah.
No, Charlie Sheen starts it.
Oh, okay.
Take it away.
Golf clap?
Golf clap. And the sound of their gloves make it sound
Sounds like
it's
an audience.
It's an audience golf clapping. It's the best part of any movie that's ever been made. I wonder how many Oscars they got.
I'm gonna guess. I didn't look it up. But
7.
I'm gonna say 0.
Oh, I was close.
So then there's this trashy montage.
I like it.
Well, it's trashy because they're doing trash stuff.
Yeah. No,
They
and I
don't
also mean
give
I
a
like the
fuck.
montage. It's great. They're high-fiving trash can lids. I mean, they're throwing trash cans all over the fucking place.
One even just throws the trash can in the compactor.
That's just after, because now they start talking. Now we have a little bit that doesn't come to much, but of a hope and a goal.
Yep.
It's the last year we're throwing trash. You said that last year. Yeah, but this year I mean it. We're opening the surf shop. That's,
What?
Yeah, that's their goal. And by the way, the trash can high five, we're gonna call that Charlie's trash can.
Yeah.
That comes around.
Well, I mean, it's also oh no. Oh, Grouch's garbage. Oscar
go.
the Grouch's garbage.
So they are trash men, right? Trash folk.
I don't think that's a preferred nomenclature, dude.
Apparently,
Please,
Garbage
garbage
man.
American.
apparently the Japanese Garbage Collectors Union demanded that this movie to be banned from Japan because it's disparaging to garbage men.
I mean,
It makes them
No,
look
they
like
kind
assholes. Well, they are. They're like throwing the trash in and just hucking
Well,
the
yeah.
trash cans. They're bowling in an alley.
it's a bad example of garbage menning.
But they're also getting reprimanded for it.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta say, I love this guy. I almost said chief because he reminds me of a police
Yeah,
chief.
I wrote down angry black police chief.
I mean, it's great, dude. He's so close. Like, hand your fucking badge in. Put your golf clapping gloves on the table.
Your meat cutting apron legs.
Put your meat cutting apron legs. Hand them in with your badge.
yeah,
You're
'cause
on suspension.
He is just going at him like an angry police chief from an '80s movie.
It was fantastic.
Who bowled a bowling ball into Avenue H? Don't know anything about
I mean,
that.
they're laughing. Can't help you there. Yeah, I think calling him chief is fine.
And that's when they're told that they're going to have an observer. They're on double secret probation, and they're going to have an observer.
Oh, Nerdlinger's sitting in there with him.
And it's his brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yep.
It's awesome who it is.
He had to get his brother-in-law a job.
It's the wonderful Keith David.
Keith
Who has
David.
way too much gravitas for this movie. He does a great job, but when he's early on before he loses his fucking mind, when he's just kind of an asshole, I'm sitting there going, he is such a good actor, and this movie is so below where
But he's elevating this movie.
yeah.
He is.
I mean, I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of things, and he is just, hey, all what is it? All ships in a rising tide.
Yeah.
All actors into Keith David.
You know what's crazy is he's playing a Vietnam. I mean, it's not crazy. It's fun. He's playing a Vietnam veteran, right?
Yeah.
He was in Platoon with Charlie Sheen also.
Yes, he
Who
was.
played a Vietnam veteran.
And why isn't that on IMDb trivia?
It might have been. I didn't go through them all because I got real fucking angry
It's
at
so
some of them.
bad. It's so bad.
Did you know that they're brothers?
But
That's not
what's
trivia,
Charlie
that's
Sheen's name in this? Carl Taylor?
Carl Taylor.
Sure.
In Platoon, I think he was Chris Taylor.
Oh.
So I wonder if he's supposed to be his own brother, and Keith David is mad at him, or his son. I
His
don't
son.
know. Yeah,
Maybe his son.
He'd be his son because this is 1990,
Uh-huh.
and then Keith David's just really mad at him because he's like, "I remember your dad."
But he was mad
I'm
at
going down
Emilio,
there, man.
not Sheen.
Yeah.
He apologized to Sheen. He's like, I'm sorry you had to get that
He did punch
in
him
the
in the
nose.
face though.
Yeah.
Only because he was caught in the middle.
He had it coming.
We also have a really quick little appearance of Roger Podacter again. from Ace Ventura. But I got his name this time, Tony Evans.
Tony
He
Evans.
doesn't come back, so I looked up his name while we were watching the movie, and then I was like, oh, he
I was
going
gonna say, so we have Jack Berger, who's trying to get a tape to the police,
Yes.
framing up Pompadourous, and he goes to Roger Predactor. These are all words just coming right out of my mouth here.
Yeah, it is.
Goes to Roger Predactor and is like, hey, I got the tape, plays it, and it's his campaign tape instead. And as soon as this guy leaves, I don't think Predactor is like on the take, but he calls Potter damn well. And he's like, hey, it's probably nothing, but he says he's got a tape of you. I'm sure it's all on the up and up.
Yeah.
What are you doing calling this guy for?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
Easier explanation.
Maybe
he's
not
on the take.
Maybe he's not on the take. Maybe it's like he donates a lot to the police retirement fund.
Yeah.
It's like somebody giving Bezos a call. I'm like, hey, they're going to investigate you for slave labor. Like, I want to hide your slaves.
No, I think I'm going to take it where he's
It's
not
not
on
like
the
that
take,
because that can't happen.
where he's like, he's talking ill about you, and you're like the nicest guy in the world.
Okay, so he's taken with him. I think Derek's right. He's donating.
Yeah.
And also, he's charmed him. He's charmed him with his money.
Somewhere in here, we get the first of two shit pranks. So, Frost and Lozinski,
Dreads and Pomps.
yes, Dreads and Pomps, one of them opens his locker door, and the airbag from earlier blows up.
They're in towels, by the way.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
fresh
they
out
just
of the
got
shower.
out of the shower. And the airbag blows up, and he's like, oh, come on, guys, what? No
Real
creativity?
original.
Yeah. And that bag explodes and just sprays shit all over them and everything around them.
We've all seen T-shirt cannons at sporting events. It's that with Dookie.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
if that
it's
was
a T-shit cannon.
That's filled with wet diarrhea.
Ugh.
I mean, here's the prank. How
Was it
did
their
you?
own poop?
Yeah. How did you collect this diarrhea?
You saw how much Jaeger and Budweiser they drink. That's
Oh,
their
in the
poop.
mornings too.
Yeah, that's their poop.
They have truck Jaeger. Spoiler for this movie. There's a bottle of truck Jaeger.
So the councilman guy ends up going to his campaign manager's apartment while Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are home playing Trivial Pursuit.
But not really. It's just that you read a question and then you take a drink. It's not a drinking game.
No,
Just-
but it's funny because they read it and then they give some sarcastic answer and then they give the real answer and it's
Yeah.
always right. And one of them does come back around. So he's like, "What's a
Phrenology.
phrenologist? Yeah, what is phrenology?" He's like, "The study of Walt's asshole," which I think Walt was their boss.
Yes.
Oh.
because they were complaining about him at the time.
And then he does give the correct answer, which does so does Walt's asshole come back.
Walt's
and so
asshole
does
comes
this,
back.
because it's about the bumps and contours of a human skull. I don't know. I know it's a real thing. I just don't believe it.
But is it like a real thing, or is it like
Yeah, it
is it
is.
like a real
Like
thing?
pseudoscience.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. A real thing like stones and
Palm
and
reading.
acupuncture and all that stuff.
It's not like a fake thing like therapy. Like it's a real science like astrology. Get it right, assholes.
You had me worried for a second.
When I said stones, I didn't mean like geology. I meant like the hot stones.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know
just
what
making
you-
sure.
I actually thought you meant Rolling Stones.
I'm not sure that they're real.
I was thinking
I need
you
a
were
little
thinking-
help. Can't you hear me knocking?
I thought you were meaning like the chicken bones in a bag where you're just like, push. Oh,
Ooh.
it says this.
I mean, that's
can
kind of
sort
like
the
what hot
bones.
stones and acupuncture are. It's
And
like
therapy.
It's like not well.
I'm
Okay,
just kidding. I'm 100%
You know what?
sarcastic if people can't tell.
let's
I
make fun
love
of
it.
therapy all year until May.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Mental
there we
Health
go.
Month. We can't do that then.
Yeah.
Also, don't feel bad about therapy, guys. But we're gonna make fun of it.
Oh, yeah. We're going to make fun of everything.
We grew up in the 90s. Charlie Sheen ends up shooting the councilman in the ass with a pellet gun. And then they duck behind the thing to hide. And as they're hiding so he doesn't see them, the hitmen come in and fucking murder this dude.
Yep.
I mean, I actually love this couple. And I'm calling them a couple. I'm just,
They are a
They
couple.
are. I didn't get the long hair guy's name, but I did get Mario, who Derek kept calling Egon mixed with Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
I mean, if Buddy
Exactly.
Holly was fighting ghosts,
Have you ever seen the movie Six String Samurai?
no.
Okay. Well, we
But
should watch
that
it.
name
I have
sounds awesome.
It's pretty cool, and it's like this Buddy Holly-esque musician who's in like a post-apocalypse as a samurai
Oh, dope.
guy. But he kind of looks like that guy who's a guy playing a Buddy Holly-esque guy.
Yeah.
But also he's got the Egon hair.
And very heavy Italian, Mario.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
It's
Mario.
Mario, not Mario.
And they kill the councilman, who I don't think I mentioned was there to get the real tape because
Yeah.
he realized he had the wrong tape.
Uh-huh. The plot of this movie doesn't much matter,
No,
but it's a great movie.
It's all
I mean,
over
It's easy to
Something-
fucking follow.
Something about environmental something.
The tape is the MacGuffin you have to get.
Yeah,
and we have adventures along the way.
This is an audio recording cassette tape, not like a VHS tape or anything
Oh,
like that.
and if you did grow up in the 90s, you'll recognize it was
Ooh.
the clear cassette with like pink writing and the yellow
Yellow
spools.
neon.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, baby, this took me back.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that was a good little time.
You're sitting there with your finger on record. Shut fucking up, DJ.
Oh, I'm taking it out and rolling it back up with a pencil because I got it all fucked up in some of this boombox.
Kids today will never fucking know.
Just don't get it.
You don't have to rewind an MP3.
You just press the back button. Just once.
So they kill the guy and they take him and they throw him into this barrel, which are the same barrels they were throwing into the water earlier.
Uh-huh.
But then they just fucking romp through these alleyways.
Yeah, this guy is going way too fast.
Also, you have the wrong vehicle. I know you love your car with a Hitman license plate. Rent a
Yes.
van.
Yeah.
Rent a truck.
Because this
Was it a
barrel,
Lincoln?
Chrysler.
Chrysler?
It's a fake Cadillac is what it
Okay,
is.
That's what I thought.
It's the poor hitman's Cadillac.
well, they do mention getting their taser on sale. So, you know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it flies out of the back and they don't realize they lost a body, which is inconvenient.
You even get Mario. He's like, whoa, drive a little faster. Maybe you can put me through the windshield.
And it conveniently rolls right next to a pile of trash. Wonder who's going to find it the next day.
What?
So Emilio Estevez wakes up to his alarm going off and he throws it and a cat yowls as if we are in Cherry 2000 again.
Uh-huh.
Literally, there's no cats in this movie.
Just that cat. It died when they threw the alarm clock at it.
One of us did a convincing enough meow to upset your dog.
Yeah. She did not like that.
Fuck cats.
Ugh.
No, I fuck cats.
Your dog's a little aggressive, man.
So while they're trying to get ready for work, Charlie Sheen starts making his 80s shake, which we keep running into. I guess I say we keep running into it. I think it was like once
Shakedown,
or twice.
but we did talk about Shakedown on the episode. We talked about
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
So we've got Stone Cold, Shakedown, and this
Jack-
is known as the Shakedown.
Break down what is in this shake.
Melty Dreyer's ice cream, coffee, not fresh brewed, mind you. He grabbed a cup, smelt it, and dumped it in. I would say conservatively 3 shots of Jaeger.
Conservatively. I was thinking about a third of a bottle.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't, there's no pour spout, and he gives it a 5 count.
Yeah, he does.
So,
And then
yeah.
tops it off
and
with?
Then well, that's it. That's all he thinks he needs until it just, what is that? It's the Tylenol. It's the non-candy coated.
Yeah.
Tylenol, which, hey, give me Tylenol coffee and ice cream maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I don't know if I
Hair
need
of the
Jaeger
dog,
for
man.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog.
Ugh, no,
If
thank
that dog
you.
is Jaeger, I don't need it.
Yeah, that dog will not hunt.
No,
That dog won't hunt. The lesser known Les Claypool.
It's actually Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That's what it's from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, of course you know the original. Why would I think
Texas
otherwise?
Chainsaw Massacre 2 is almost superior to the original.
That's saying something.
And in a totally different way. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 is a nice, fun, intense slasher movie.
Uh-huh.
Texas Chainsaw 2 is the thing that you think Texas Chainsaw 1 is. It's the bonkers, off the wall. It's kind of like House of a Thousand Corpses or something. It's
So
like
it's
a
just-
family of
it's
murderers.
just funner?
Yeah.
More
Speaking of
fun.
House of a Thousand Corpses, Bill Moseley is in it, who
Okay.
is the long hair guy from House of a Thousand Corpses and
Maniac, Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Anyway,
Devil's Maniacs, same thing.
different movie that we'll do at a different time.
Yeah.
Because we will. Because I have it on 4K. So they meet
Because we
they meet Keith David, who is their observer, playing Lewis. Doesn't matter. We're calling him Keith David.
Oh, for the rest of his life.
Yes.
May it be long.
And prosperous.
he's just doodling. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. It's only these first like 2 scenes.
Uh-huh.
But he's supposed to be taking notes about their performance, and
And
he's
he's
just drawing
drawing
like a garbage truck.
With, like, he's got like rockets on
Oh,
the
no, that's
like,
not till the
No,
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 the
the
garbage
garbage
truck
truck
had-
has like
had-
a rocket launcher.
He had
on it.
weapons
Oh, did
on
it
it.
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So he's like, all right, I'm in this garbage truck. How would I weaponize this?
How could we use this in Vietnam?
This is our first clue to he's got serious PTSD.
yeah.
Now, see, you think the Chinese government would be all about the garbage men being armed up?
It was Japan.
Oh, now I see why.
No.
They're not allowed to have a
Chinese are definitely putting rockets on their garbage trucks any day of the
Japan's
week.
not allowed to have a standing army. It was part of our treaty at the
No
end of World War
wonder
II.
they kneel so much.
Jesus Christ! All right, so she's talking shit to them. He's like, "You're going too fast, whatever," and Charlie Sheen just keeps giving him that like, "Hey, buddy," kind of thing. And I wrote it down because
kissing
I
up to
loved
him.
it. I wrote it down because I loved it. When I feel like talking to you, I will look at you.
Intense. Like, you want to talk about gravitas, man.
And Emilio's not having any part of this.
Even the night before, Charlie Sheen even's like, "Hey, dude, don't like get up in his face or anything." So he's a problem child.
Yeah.
And instantly, just like, this fucking sucks.
Emilio is the Charlie Sheen of this movie.
Yes, he is.
I can act that. You want me to be an asshole to everybody? I can act that.
I grew up with it.
I have a case study on that.
I wrote this movie, and Charlie Sheen's reading it, and he's like, "Oh, so I'm gonna be James St. James," and he's like, "No, that's me. You get to be the fucking doofy one for once."
I'm the one that sleeps with all the
He's
girls.
like, I'm the lady killer.
I get to do coke, not you. No,
Well-
they both did coke.
You ever seen Maximum Overdrive?
No.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
I'm pretty
With
sure
Emilio,
Emilio
the
Estevez did
green-
all of Stephen King's cocaine while they were making that movie. Emilio Estevez is just off the fucking rails.
That's
in
the one
that
with like the
movie.
Green Goblin semi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I say off the rails, I don't mean like a train.
No, like he did a rail and walked right onto set. I'm fresh off the rails. Let's shoot this.
So they end up going to lunch, and I have to mention it because it reminded me of Jack.
Yes. If anybody knows Jack, you guys will get this scene.
This didn't remind me of Jack, but Keith David's drawing another picture, and you see this beautiful picture of like a pier and people walking out there with kids, and there's
it's
like
so
birds and stuff.
lovely.
And then he moves his hand, and there's just an attack helicopter shooting rockets at it.
He's stable. But we didn't talk. We just, I don't think it really matters, but we do have, like you said, Keith David going to punch Emilio and
yeah.
catching Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
And I bring it up because Derek made a great joke because it cuts to Charlie Sheen looking in the mirror with a bunch of blood running down his nose. Like, that is not the first time he's looked at himself in the mirror with a fucking bloody nose.
Not during this movie shoot.
Not during any movie shoot, dude. You don't think that's a behavior you do once in your life.
It's what really happened, and they're like, let's get this on film.
Emilio's just like, use it.
Yeah,
Go
they
with
actually
it.
added in the scene of Keith David beating them up.
Yep.
We need something. Why is he bleeding?
We have so much footage of Charlie with a bloody nose.
But yeah, now we'll talk about the elephant in the room. Me.
That's my
go
terrible
on.
elephant.
So Keith David has his food sitting there. I think it's Emilio Estevez reaches to grab some fries, and he loses his fucking shit.
Grabs
There
his
are
fucking hand.
a few things in this world that are sacred. One of those things is a man's French fries.
You remember that? You live a long, healthy life. Hey, let me ask you this. What kind of maniac just reaches on somebody's plate for their fries?
I grab his fries all the time.
You guys are married. It's a contract.
Turk grabs off of my plate all the
That's
time.
Turk. He's a savage.
I'll never forget it because it was the only time I saw Jack get mad at me.
I wasn't mad at you. It's just an
You weren't mad at me.
It's
I
an
just saw the
instinct.
murder in your eyes.
I wasn't mad at you. I just wanted to kill you.
He was sitting there, and it was like he was done with his food, and there was fries, and I just walked by, and I was like, "Yoink!" Jokingly, I'm like, I even went yoink, and he's just like, "No."
It's a PTSD
He didn't
thing,
say
man.
no.
You're the
but I have to
youngest
say
of
it.
5?
No, I'm the middle of 4.
Oh.
This is an audio format, so I had to say no, but his look just said no, and I was like, "I'm sorry." I wanted to put it back, but I know that's worse.
That would have made it worse. Thank you for recognizing that. That would have made it worse. Look, I don't mean to be that way, and I will share food. Like if people ask, I will hand plates over. I have this thing about like hand shooting. It's nightmare. It's nightmare fuel.
What happened to you?
I don't know.
It's fine. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I share food all the time.
You do.
It's either my
offer
thought
it.
process or you ask, and either one of those are great. Don't put your hands on my plate.
But I like when we went out to eat yesterday, I was like, may I please have a carrot?
Yeah, awesome. Have all those carrots, dude. I'll fucking get you a side order of carrots too.
This
for
is
that.
why every girl Jack's ever dated just disappears.
So I don't do dinner dates anymore.
I still
What do you
don't
got for food? Nope.
I still don't believe his roommate exists. I've never met them.
We'll get her on here
I'll finally meet her.
with her entire missing left hand and everything.
Obviously not the entire because it's missing.
Well, no, she has the entire hand.
Oh yeah, I turned it into a necklace for her.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
Yeah, I'm a handy guy.
I wish they cut my thumb so I can be
Well,
like,
and the thing is, the hand now only has 3 fingers up because she's made 2 wishes.
oh.
I'll tell you, one of them for me was not thinner.
As you folks know, we like to have a beer or three while we podcast, and sometimes that leads to a not so pleasant morning after, unless we remember to hydrate, people. That's where Liquid IV comes in. Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, and it's now available in sugar-free with a proprietary zero sugar solution that has no artificial sweeteners. I love using Liquid IV because it comes in convenient little packets you can take with you, makes me feel rejuvenated and hydrated, and best of all, it actually tastes good. Just one packet of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than just water alone, thanks to the 8 vitamins and nutrients it has, and it has 3 times the electrolytes of those other sports drinks. We love Liquid IV so much that we're offering you, our loyal listeners, a steal of a deal. Get 20% off when you grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free, or any other variant at liquidiv.com and use the code WORSTPEOPLE at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code WORSTPEOPLE at liquidiv.com. If you've thought about recording a podcast before, but like myself, realize you need a lot of different tools and services, well, those days are over. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and easily distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. You can record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests and feel a sense of zen knowing that Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. Go to Zencaster.com/pricing and use my code WORSTPEOPLE, that's WORSEPEOPLE, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience I do for all my podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. So Charlie Sheen finds a body in a barrel. And I love it because he picks it up. He's like, oh, this is heavy. What's in here? Opens it. He just looks in and closes it, starts to walk away, and he does the double take like, wait, what the fuck?
Was that a... I think it just...
real?
And then he's calling his Emilio Estevez over. I almost said his brother. It's not his brother.
James.
Come look at this.
Look in here. I'm not going to tell you what's in it, though.
What's in here? Just look for yourself. Dude, if you're showing me a barrel with a dead body in it, give me a quick little heads up.
Yeah, you got to give me a Stand By Me there, right?
Please.
You want to see a dead body?
You want to see a dead body? Yeah, give me a little something like that. Even if it's not that same, tell you, Derek, do you want to see a dead body?
And Keith David comes over and sees it too, and has another great line. Looks like someone threw away a perfectly good white boy.
Staring down the camera's in the barrel,
yeah.
So you just get a great view of Keith David.
Love that.
That beautiful, beautiful smile.
He's just like
the Quentin Tarantino trunk shot. Remember, that's where he got it.
Oh yeah, he's like, I could work with this.
He's always inspired by all these old 70s movies, but really it was Men at Work.
thought he was like aping off of Kurosawa. It was Emilio the whole time.
It's from the classic director Emilio Estevez.
Him, Charlie Sheen, and him put on a clinic. Also, good coke. Not enough feet.
They pull the body out, and they're like trying to figure out what to do with this thing, and they like set the body up against the truck, and he falls over. But this is what you were talking about. This dude doing great dead body work.
Because he's stuck in a great little rigor mortis position already.
Yeah, because he's laying there, and his arm and his head are like up off the ground, and the rest of him is laying down.
Yeah, like if any person alive got laid in the ground on their side, your body would kind of contour.
Yeah, and I mean it's not totally right, because if it was rigor mortis,
he wouldn't have been able.
He would be in the fetal position that he was in.
He
that
wouldn't
barrel,
be pliable at all.
Yeah,
but
it's funny
for comedic purposes, which is what we're all here for, hopefully.
No, I'm serious.
Oh,
you didn't know that this is a cinema podcast?
Oh, see, I was a film buff. You're a cinephile.
Documentaries.
Oh, I thought it was a mockumentary.
No, this is.
You tell me information, I make fun of it.
Oh, okay, that's what a mockumentary is. Gotcha. So the douchebag cops come back. And so they have to pretend that this dead body isn't dead. So they take a cowboy hat out of the trash can.
Oh, hold on. Not a cowboy hat. That's a woo girl, Rocky Point, shots of tequila, cowboy hat. Bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or, Brett Savage. Not Brett Savage.
That's Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels.
And that's the same thing I just said. Everything you said, I just said.
You're correct.
That's just his hat, Whitney.
I redact my statement.
So they put the cowboy hat on him, and they're pretending he's not dead.
Yeah.
And these cops, or the cop who talks, just like, this guy looks like he might be dead. And like he's like, I could take you in for being in this state because they say he's drunk.
Yeah.
I love it. Keith David grabs this dude's arm from behind. I don't know why I'm acting it out, but he grabs his arm from behind and makes him like slap his face to his cheek.
It's like a half a Home Alone.
Like,
it's that.
I don't want to go to jail.
The mouth is already like frozen open.
Whether anybody here recommends this movie or not, we all recommend that scene.
Yeah.
And then so they end up getting the body away, and they're in the locker room and they're discussing what to do with this dead body pretty loudly. And then as they leave, you see their rivals there hiding behind their like open lockers.
Yeah,
and I thought it was
pumps.
that they were going to hear.
Yeah, same.
It's worse than that. Because apparently they set up another prank.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
But
He's like,
in
hey,
Emilio's.
in Emilio's locker. He's like, hey, did you set that thing up right? He's like,
I followed the instructions.
Yeah. So they go and they open Emilio's locker and they're looking around and like, okay, well, I don't know. I guess it just doesn't. Just another shit cannon.
This is a Jackass
This
3
one?
level fucking airbag that
Holy
deploys.
shit.
A thing of shit knocks this guy's towel off his head.
Yes, it does.
Insane.
And it's like 3 times as much as what they had.
Oh, I mean, Dookie in every face orifice you got.
Now you can ask where'd they get this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to ask every time you got a bag full of fucking air compressed shit.
Well, like I said, Budweiser and Jaeger, that makes sense. These guys, I guess it looks like protein shakes and weed brownies,
Yeah.
so that could be
Yeah.
shits too.
That's not going to be good.
There's a lot of shits though.
If just imagining it was real feces.
I like to imagine there's some farmer like, well, people keep calling me for buckets of pig shit. I'm making quite a killing. Never thought I could.
Could you
The
imagine
farm
the
was failing
stench?
too. Just,
Everyone told me I was crazy when I said I was going to sell pig shit.
I'm a pig shit farmer. I mean, you gotta like wonder if they're going back to working with garbage. Like, oh, thank God, it smells better. In here.
Right?
You think that farmer is the farmer that owns Babe? Because that guy doesn't want to kill his pig anymore, so now he just sells his shit.
They're all special to me. Some talking, some shit. Well, they all shit really, but sometimes it looks cool.
He's standing there waiting for the newest batch, and he's like, "That'll do, pig."
That's some poo, pig. That's some poo. This one looks like Orion's belt.
So we have a corpse and a Nixon mask.
Yes, we do.
Speaking of Nixon,
Yeah,
earlier in this movie,
we had the Nixon trivia.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
think we mentioned it. I think it was, but I saw the movie, so I know that.
Yeah,
There was some Nixon trivia.
I mean, this movie likes Nixon or hates him. Can't tell.
Yeah, he's a dead body, so.
Because then when
Take
Keith
that for what
David
you will.
comes in, because now they're back at their apartment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he comes in. He's like, "Can we move Millhouse somewhere?" So like he's on middle name basis with this guy.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was looking away and I didn't see the mask at first. So when he's like, "Can we move Millhouse?" I was like, "Keith David, a big Simpsons fan?"
Probably. Seems to be a smart fella.
He's had to have been at least 100 episodes.
Oh
Was
yeah.
that Nixon's middle name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Richard Millhouse
yeah.
Nixon.
all right then. I learned something today, guys.
Oh, the more you know.
Bling.
So we don't have to worry about using the logo here. It's fine.
Can't sue me for audio. I own a pig shit farm anyway. What are you gonna do? You gonna take half my pig shit? You can have all of it. We deliver in airbags.
Pressurized.
Turns out people are just using it for explosive shit pranks, so I just skipped the
If they wanted
middleman.
explosive shit pranks, they should have talked to my ex. I'm not even sorry.
This episode is just derailed, dude.
On a movie we love, or at least I do. Can't introduce a pig shit farmer and expect me to behave.
Well, speaking of pig shit, they
you
order
okay
some
over there?
pizza.
No.
What?
Sorry.
I missed it. I was talking.
He opened his beer and it like spilled everywhere.
I got juices on me.
Yeah. Sometimes you juice yourself.
Sometimes it happens.
It happens on the farm a lot more than you think, I'll tell you. Juicing is what the pigs call fucking.
Sometimes you just got to push a pig through the fence.
You ever see those Play-Doh machines where you can make all the shapes? Well, I put that on my pig's anus. This one shit a star. This one's got spaghetti. This one needs a haircut. Pig shit farming material. Anyway.
Fucking Christ. So they order some
Fucking
pizza.
Christ, we got one of those a pig shit a pile that look like fucking Christ right there. Go ahead.
The pig shit business slowed down, so I found some pig shit that looked like Jesus and invited people out to pay.
It's
to
a
see
miracle. This one looked like Jesus. Turns out Jesus looked like a piece of shit.
it. You just got to get what's it, Gabriel Byrne from the from Stigmata to come out here and check this out.
Oh, I'm
see
a
if
little
it's a
too busy
miracle.
for that. I don't have time for pig shit. No, thank you. I've heard your podcast and I'll have no part of it.
Oh man, if Gabriel Byrne was on our podcast, that'd be awesome.
It'd be
call him
fucking
up.
great. I'd have to work better on my impersonation. Sorry, I did your voice like that,
He's
man.
like,
You're
that's-
probably a really nice guy.
I can't do one, so I'm just gonna say he goes, "That's too Liam Neeson, man."
That's way too Liam Neeson, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna come for you. I've got a particular set of balls.
So they order a pizza, which is important eventually.
Yes.
and Charlie Sheen goes over to Susan's house or apartment.
He thinks that she might have killed
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah,
Berger.
they suspect her, which they thought the guy was beating her. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Eh.
If she did, she's standing up for herself, man.
fuck him.
She's not an 80s woman. She's a 90s baby.
But he's going over there and he's walking down the hall. First, he's like tiptoeing across the street.
And at the same time, because Emilio was like, what the fuck is he doing? And Charlie Sheen's like, what the fuck am I doing? It's pretty great, dude. He's doing like the dun, 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 dun. But he stops.
And he walks in and he's going up to her door, and the door comes open and scares the shit out of him.
Yes.
It's apartment 420, by the way.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And he decides to lie. I don't remember what he said his name was. Fucking Bill S. Preston Esquire.
The
or
third.
something.
It is Ted Lewinsky.
Ted
the third.
Theodore Logan the third.
Kaczynski. Ted Theodore Lewinsky the third.
And she invites him, or she's like, I don't recognize you. Do you live in the building? He's like, yeah. I just live a private life. I'm a phrenologist.
I've been here for 5 years, living my private life in the building.
Yeah.
building
What
5
does
years.
a phrenologist do? I feel and interpret the size of Walt's asshole. The scalp. The scalp.
The bones and the skull. The skull.
bumps in
Yeah,
your
they
head.
brought that joke back. I mean,
Yeah, they did.
great.
And she doesn't question it.
I might have questions.
So she brings him into the apartment, and they have like a little thing going on. And Emilio Estevez and Keith David are watching, and they're like, "What the fuck are you even doing?" Estevez just wants to call the cops this whole time, and he does end up finally calling the cops,
They don't believe
and they
him.
just laugh in his face, basically.
Well, because now the pizza's here.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Keith David just
Oh, that's
fucking
right. That happens first. Yeah.
kidnaps this guy. Dean Cameron,
Yes, Dean Cameron.
So the name of this pizza place is Pizza and Pancakes.
which we got going on that. Also, we did all question or guess how much the pizza was.
Derek won.
And Derek was 10 cents off. We're talking 1990s, large pizza, pepperoni, extra cheese, $7.90.
Call in with your guess.
Well, your guess was $7.90. Sorry.
I said $7.90. It was $8, so I win by Price is Right rules.
Absolutely.
Yes, you do.
Double
'cause
showcase.
I was way over.
Yeah, and I was a little bit less over, but more than Derek.
Basically, Estevez is taking the body out of the bathroom because they put it in there. And as soon as the pizza guy is there and he rolls by with the body, so Keith David's like, he's seen the body. We got to take him too. And he like grabs him and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? The solution is not kidnapping.
Puts this pizza guy's head through a fucking wall.
By the way,
Oh.
speaking of shoulder pads from that guy's suit earlier,
Oh.
this
The
pizza
pizza.
uniform has pizza shoulder pads.
I mean, much like the French soldiers had the tassels coming off their shoulders.
Almost
this is
exactly
pizza.
like
I mean,
the
this
French
is,
army.
I mean, who invented pizza? Probably Italians.
They're basically the French, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
People say
Jack,
that.
Jack and I were very disappointed with this guy's fucking liner after
Because
this.
he's doing like the I see stars and birds kind of face, and he's a second from passing out. You want him to say something great, something maybe revealing about
Something
himself,
quippy.
and we get extra cheese.
Plunk.
Bam.
Meow, meow.
Yeah. And I like this actor. We know him from Summer School,
Dead
Ski
Rabbits would have been a better
School,
line.
A bunch of Dead Rabbits.
Yeah, from summer school.
Oh yeah, would have been great. See, connected universe though.
Exactly.
This guy graduated college or high school. High school.
He graduated ski
and
school.
became a pizza pancake guy.
Yeah. Peas and pancakes.
Pizza pancakes.
Pizza peas.
He wanted a piece of pancakes, guy.
There we go. There we go.
And Keith David has this running thing throughout this. I don't trust cops. Which
Oh yeah.
we shouldn't.
I hate.
Especially this is probably L.A. We're saying. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
trust those cops. Especially
Especially if you're an African American man, and it's 90s, so it's called the 80s.
apparently a garbage man too. Watch out. Watch your shit.
So they've got this pizza guy tied up, and Emilio Estevez is trying to give him some pizza.
Oh, he's got Keith David's nasty tie in his fucking mouth. Go on.
Keith David has this fucking problematic Vietnam flashback.
I mean, it might be problematic, but I think it's not for me because it's depicting him like he's having this flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's making fun of it in a comedy movie.
My problem,
Yes.
the reason I say that is the music.
The
more than-
music.
they've got the pizza guy with like the rice hat on, but he's not in any kind of paint. He's not. He's
I
not
think
Joe
that's
Piscopo.
I think that's why it works for me.
Correct.
He doesn't have the Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
Like it's a white dude doing a white face. He's just having the flashback.
And Emilio Estevez is dressed up like a Vietnam
But
soldier.
eating
But the
fried
music
rice.
is the do-do-do-do-do-do-do, which is
Yeah.
not Vietnamese. But
No.
it's whatever it is. It's 1990.
I mean, that's one of like 3 original songs in this movie because the rest are all just super reggae. I think you said UB40.
UB40
They're
is
in.
definitely
They have
one of
one
the-
track.
Yep.
The rest are all just that late 80s, early 90s electric drum reggae.
They take the pizza man and the body because they're leaving for some reason.
Charlie Sheen and Homegirl leaving.
Oh, that's right. They're
Yeah.
going to follow them.
She wants to
and-
do something, man. She got a wild hair up that wild butt.
They've been doing shots, man. And
Oh,
drinking
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dom.
She makes him like a
I did-
cocktail or something.
I did like this too, cause yeah, it's in a rocks glass, like, and she's going to Cheers, and Charlie Sheen's already just fucking Nostrovia to the face with this.
And he's like, I don't touch the stuff.
It's for the
often.
pain. I hardly touch this stuff. Can I get another?
But the hitmen are on their way because they found out that the tape is probably at her house.
What?
And they see the body and the pizza man being dragged out to this truck. And they recognize him because the Nixon mask falls off.
Uh-huh.
So they know.
Why has it got our dead body?
So we have this car, quote, chase, where there's Susan and Charlie Sheen and her
in the sexiest fucking like mid 60s Corvette Stingray.
very nice car.
It's the same one
they're-
from True Lies.
She beautiful.
Yeah.
They're being pursued by Emilio Estevez and
gang.
Larry David in like this big truck. Larry David?
Larry
Keith
David,
David.
not Larry David.
Keith David. Very different movie if it was Larry David.
He's just complaining the whole time. I mean, why we got to go down this road? Like, I mean, there's better traffic if we go this way. I told you to take the tunnel. You took 5th.
And then the rival garbage men are behind them, even though they kind of disappear.
And something keeps happening with this vehicle, by the way, that you noticed right away. The back window is shattered, but it's together. But you know how like the tent holds things together. It's what do you call that?
Spiderwebbed.
Spiderweb. Thank you. It's spiderweb. That whole back of this gorgeous Bronco.
Yeah.
And then later in the movie, you see it from the back, spiderweb with a giant like baseball-sized hole.
It's probably a prank between the two guys.
Yeah. car pranks.
A prank that was cut that
Yeah.
we didn't see.
Or before the movie even started.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy it got cut because it kept this movie fairly tight.
Yeah.
And the hitmen are behind them. And so they're all going down the road together.
We're back
And-
to Midnight Madness, dude.
It's a little bit of a fuck up because the Bronco runs a red light and the cops turn around and start following them. But then the cops are pulling over Keith David and Emilio Estevez.
Because all 3 of them in a row ran it. The
Yeah.
cop goes right behind the Bronco,
Yeah.
but then the Bronco's gone mysteriously.
Yeah, they just disappear from that chase.
Oh,
But
man. Maybe it's Charlie Sheen is wraithing it. Different movie.
Also, that was shot in Tucson.
Yes, it was.
So they get pulled over and the cops are, surprise, the douchebag bicycle cops.
They got their vroom vrooms back.
Yeah,
oh, they were a
they got
couple of good
upgraded.
boys.
They got upgraded to being full-on cops now. Not those fake-ass bicycle cops that you could just run from if you try real hard. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't, but a lot of people
It's a good
could.
thing nobody in this truck hates cops.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What does Keith David have? David Keith?
Keith David.
Larry David.
So Keith Carradine has.
I would love to see Larry David just deliver this. Human life means very little to me right now.
Yeah, he has this whole speech. Like he pulls out his gun, the pellet gun, and he holds it to the pizza guy's head. And because the cops aren't going to let them go.
Because they see a dead body and a gagged pizza man. You say it so nonchalant, like, oh, these cops are being unreasonable. No, this is the first time. First time in 1990s LA, these cops are onto something.
And he's got this whole speech, which I didn't have the whole thing, but he says something along the lines of like, human life means very little to me right now. First he starts out with, I know what you're thinking. We just have another crazy N-word with a gun.
Yeah. The speech is fairly important because we will come back to it. But
Yeah.
It does have another comeback.
It's great. It has something to do with like over in Vietnam we used to do this, but now we get home and people think it's different, and it's fucking I'm an unhinged monologue.
And he's
Awesome.
given this crazy vet speech. And the cops, he's like, so you need to drop your gun. So the one cop who does all the talking is at the door. He drops his gun. The other cop is behind the
Cricket's
truck.
behind him.
And he drops his flashlight. And Keith David is like, you cops must think I'm as dumb as you look.
Great sentence, too.
A gun sounds very different when it hits the concrete than a flashlight. So he drops
Aw.
his gun, which Whitney was like, he dropped his flashlight.
Yeah. And they do a good job of making it sound like it, too.
Yeah, they sound very different.
The full A work is pretty good.
Well, I mean, a flashlight, especially those mag lights, that's much
Big old
heavier
mag
than a
light,
fucking
yeah.
gun. That gun. I mean, there are guns that are heavier.
Sure, we're talking about revolver.
So they're trying not to get arrested, and I think basically they end up getting out and tying these cops up.
Stripping them to their
They strip them
skivvies.
down to their skivvies,
The whites,
handcuff
dude.
them around each other onto one of the little.
It's kind of like
pinwheel?
you know what? It's a child labor merry-go-round. I'm calling
Yes.
it right now.
Child
It
labor
was
merry-go-round.
one of the most dangerous toys on the
Oh,
playground.
if you got the thing going, man, you can whip somebody right off that
Yep.
shit.
Anybody listening to this who was a youth
in the 80s.
before the 2000s.
Two Utes. Two what?
knows what we're talking about. It's
Yeah.
the little merry-go-round spinny thing where you just stand on it, your friends spin you as fast as they can, and eventually centrifugal motion flings you off.
It's now a carnival ride. Like, it's so dangerous to have the carnies be in charge of it.
Like, they turned all the other playground toys plastic instead of metal and wood like they used to be, but this one they were just like, yeah, erase that.
We are not redesigning that.
I'm interested in hearing people's stories about that.
We got a bunch of young concussed children.
It's fine.
It's not good. I actually use something similar on the farm. I get 4 pigs on a circle and just spin it. We call it the pig shit sprinkler.
We call it the Wheel of
shit.
Fortune. I stand behind them and it goes,
Wheel of misfortune. I'm lucky to be there. Thanks for having me back.
So Charlie Sheen is on the beach with Susan now, and they start making out, and the hitmen show up, and they basically grab them off the beach. One of the hitmen now has what he's calling a
it's
taser.
Mario.
Yeah.
This is early taser. See, we all know now, ladies, gentlemen, you can have a taser in your purse or your pocket. Pretty fucking compact now,
yeah.
right?
This thing looks like
This is
a radar gun.
This is a fucking dust devil.
This looks
Yes.
this looks like something that the fucking ghost hunters take into an abandoned house with them and like walk around pointing at empty corners and going, oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? you feel it? It got cold in here.
If anyone's there, we're friendly. Oh my God, did you just fucking hear that? Get out, get out.
Hey,
There's
I know
a wall charging unit for this thing somewhere.
I know we're in Germany, but I'm going to speak English to this ghost, and if it doesn't respond, fuck this ghost.
Did you hear what he said? He said, hail something. I think we should leave.
It's hailing
This
outside.
is not
What?
a good ghost, guys.
Man, that ghost said it's howling outside, guys.
This guy just said he was at Auschwitz. Oh, he wasn't on the right side.
No.
Unfortunately, there's no right side at Auschwitz.
Ooh,
There's the wrong side and the
damn.
bad side.
Philosophically, a wonderful statement. Deep.
So anyway, they get kidnapped at Taser Point.
Uh-huh.
And the one of the Mario, Buddy Holly here, does end up tasering his friend.
Because this couple's been back and forth. Like,
Yeah,
we
they
haven't
are.
talked about it enough, and it's fine. But like, they are a married couple of hitmen.
Yes, they are.
And finally, this is breaking point. He's like, the ponytail guy says, "The day you fucking criticize me," he starts calling him like Italian slurs. I'm like, "You're pretty Italian yourself, there, feller."
Is he?
Seemed
looked like it sounded like it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just East Coasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
we're
just-
on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but
That's-
he's definitely like, the day I fucking let you get away with calling me this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the day that this ocean dries up, and then bam, hits
They
him
did
with
have
that
the whole
fucking
argument
taser.
about like something. He's like, "Where'd you hear that?" He's like, "Oh, I heard it from your mother."
Yeah,
So-
don't you say anything about my mother.
Never,
ever.
ever.
Your mother, your mother, your mother. It is a fun married couple. It's an odd
is.
couple of its men.
And while all that was happening, because it does matter here, the garbage guys, the garbage rivals, what'd you call
The dreads in the pomp.
Dreads and the Pomp. Dreads and the Pomp show up and they start fucking with this car, with Susan's car. And Dreads is like, "Hey, man, we don't have any trouble with her." And he's like, "Hey, but we do have a problem with him and he's with her, so fuck it."
He's trying to like make it the brakes are fucked up but not gone.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen because now Dreads, the worst source of light ever, is like, give me, like, well, I guess
me
you don't have
some
a cell
light.
phone.
Yeah,
but
let me-
still,
Let me give me a light. So he like holds up a
match.
not even a good match.
a
just-
bar match.
Yeah, a bar fucking matchbook match. Like
This
these
is-
things
you have
put off
se-
no
you
light.
have
Something
seconds.
you got from the gas station.
You better fucking hurry and light that
I
shit.
think that's why. So he drops it and it doesn't go out, but he dropped it and he's like, "Well, I dropped it. It doesn't exist anymore."
Yeah.
He's dropped enough of these trying to light a joint.
Oh, he knows. It's like hard enough to keep him lit when you want him to.
Egon tases his friend, and then the Charlie Sheen and Susan try to get away and run to the car, and the car just fucking goes up.
It explodes.
And your wife saw the rope, and I didn't, but I saw the fucking half
Flip.
gainer triple Lindy spin move this thing did. Triple Lindy, by the way, is the move that Rodney Dangerfield does in Back to School.
Oh my God! Yes, that's right.
Who taught him how to dive? I did. Take my wife. I take her everywhere. She always finds a way back.
This movie only cost $9 million to make,
Okay.
but this car costs like what, $500,000?
Well, if it's
It's probably a kit car.
I was gonna say if a kit car, you're probably getting away with like 25,000 back then.
But it's just it's a like if it was the real thing, like come on guys,
Yeah.
we'll blow this fucking car up.
I hope they just had just a shell, like they fabricated a shell.
Yeah.
and it's just on a Volkswagen Beetle.
Because it made me sad.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. I mean, it's got that red, the white accents on the side. This is a sexy fucking car.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Rest in pictures.
Yes.
You know who else? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Sam Malone drove this car, but it's not true. His was a different Corvette. Scratch that from the
You
record.
fucking
I'm
lied to
sorry.
me?
I'm sorry.
Sam Malone from Cheers for our viewers that are less than 40.
I mean, it's funny. It's like Cheers is ahead of our time. Like us liking
watched
Cheers
that.
is retro.
Well, I mean, Cheers is kind of ahead of our time. When did it start? 84?
82
82?
was its
I
first
was
And
season.
it
watching
went for what, 11 years?
Yeah.
So 93. I mean, so I grew up watching it, but I mean, it ended when I was
As did
8.
I, but I don't think we would have gotten into it because of how I was zero. I was 82 myself,
I was definitely watching it by myself in my bedroom.
but because you had parents that probably showed
No,
it to
because
you.
it was on the channel.
Oh, fair enough.
the one channel you could get.
Yeah. What else am I gonna watch?
This is when I had to go to my TV and turn it on and click something.
So once you're on the station, like I'm fucking good here,
Yep.
dude.
To be fair, I was
Whoa.
watching it because that's what my parents were watching.
Yeah.
And this was not obviously not the age of streaming, and really not even the age of like everybody has their own TVs. We had a TV in our bedroom, me and my brother, but we didn't have cable or anything.
was
So
for video
I'm
games.
watching the same 3 channels that my parents are probably watching.
Yeah.
We played video games on it, exactly. So if I wanted to watch something, I was watching what they were watching. And it's not like now where your kid can go, "This is stupid. I'm going to go watch something else on my phone."
You had no choice.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what it is. That dimly lit dark wood bar is my fucking safety blanket. When I need something to be on, when I can't fall asleep or hungover and need to take a nap, like there's every instance ever. Cheers is my
I'm
safety
trying.
blanket.
I like watching random episodes, but I tried watching it from the beginning, and I think it's a combination of a lot of shows where the first season is not the greatest.
First season was
but also
critically
every show
hated,
back then was
critically.
24 episodes minimum per
Uh-huh.
season. So people are like, just get through the first season. I'm like, oh, so just get through 24 episodes?
I still love it.
Just get through 12 hours. So Charlie Sheen finally fesses up to Susan that his name isn't what he said it was.
I
He's
like
not
how
who
he
said
delivers
he
it
was.
too. He's like, actually, it's Carl. So when you're panicking and you're yelling my name, panically yell Carl.
Yeah, that's a great delivery.
And they stop in the little side of the thing here, and she's like, "Wait, you lied to me?" And he kind of explains himself. I saw him beating on you. I
thought
shot
you
him with
killed
a
him.
thing. I thought you killed him. We thought it was you. And she's like, "All right, let's go." Runs out of frame, comes back, Smacks him. I hate liars. That's for lying. Runs away, and he's just standing there
hates
shocked.
Liars? What?
She hates a lie, which everybody does, right? Yeah. And then she runs back in frame. That's for spying on me. He's just standing there stunned. Then she runs back in frame, and he winces finally. She's like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's a good little moment of like physical comedy from Charlie Sheen. Like,
Yeah. And I'm going to give Estevez for framing it up right.
Yeah, definitely.
So, because I don't know if you know this, he directed this.
I hear.
He had a little to do with this movie.
I figured since I read his name 3 times in the opening credits.
It was 5.
So they end up stealing this cop car because they're looking for police and they find it. And they're like, where the fuck are these cops? We're over here by the playground.
He's got us looking like we're fucking each other, but we're not fucking each other.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think they did it?
I mean, somebody definitely got hard. It's probably this power bottom.
And it is a
Freddie
little
Mercury.
bit of that like 80s, 90s gay panic thing because it's like, because he's like, you guys, you know, he's like, can you come over here and give us a hand? And Charlie Sheen's like, I'm not into that, but
Maybe because it's like Charlie Sheen, I didn't see it on his face as judgmental. He's just like, you're busy? I'll come back in 30 to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because he knows what a good bondage orgy looks like.
He's hosted a few.
He's been to a playground bondage party once before in his life.
So they steal this cop car and then immediately crash it into the hitman, rendering it unusable.
Unusable.
Yeah.
And also rendering the third act of the film.
It's the perfect fucking segue because now even your wife's like, where did these guys come from? Fucking Potterdam and the beat 'em up guys are now just walking down the street. Here we are. We're in the movie again.
I'm back.
I'm back. Where were you? The hitman just, I'm back. I didn't know you were. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were there. You may go now.
You may go.
Potterdam and the Beat 'em Up Boys take not Estevez, Charlie Sheen and Susan to wherever they're taking him, his lair.
Oh yeah,
And it's
Chemtech or whatever this place
I believe
is
it's
called.
the Acme Chemicals from in Gotham.
Up until now, they think like Susan and Carl Sheen think that they're after Carl and not her. So she thinks these people are coming after him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Because she's like, what did you do? And he's like, oh.
And
I
this
probably
is,
fucked a bunch of their wives.
This is the part where they realize they've been after her this whole time.
Yeah.
And Keith David and Emilio Estevez.
She's got the tape.
Keith David and Emilio Estevez, the pizza guy and a dead body, follow them.
All walk into a bar.
The car chase at Bernie's.
So Keith David and a dead body walk into a bar. Emilio Estevez
He
sits
still gets
down.
served. Me and my friend will have a shot.
So they start to follow him, and I guess they decide to get their garbage truck at some point so they can drive into this place, I'm assuming.
But then it cuts to the
Have
other
fun
guys.
storming the castle.
Yeah, right before.
These guys, like, they're taking this prank way too fucking far. He's got heavy duty gloves on and this vial, and
Of
he's with
acid?
right?
Hydrofluoric acid. Is that
And
what
he like drops a couple drops onto the brake line
Oh yeah, bye brake line.
on
Yeah.
the fucking garbage
and
truck.
Not only are you gonna kill them, whoever they hit is obliterated
Yeah.
now.
Well, yeah,
It's a
Dreads and the
garbage
Pomp are
truck.
just like, oh, this is going to get them fired. I'm like, what?
No, it's gonna get them on fire.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess the idea in their head is that the trucks aren't supposed to go that fast. Like, if you're only going 15 miles an hour.
So they're
but
just
either
gonna
way,
fender bender somebody.
Yeah, but either
You're
way,
outta
it's a
here.
big fucking truck.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be hit by a garbage truck going 15
It's a
miles an
murder
hour.
machine.
So they cut the brakes with acid, and then they like twinkle toe their fingers together, which doesn't make sense. You're wearing these gloves. Don't worry about
Ow. Why are you doing that to me? My fingers are on fire.
I didn't touch the liquid, only the bottle. You're safe.
Well, then I must go to the doctor because there is something on my hand that is burning me.
it. And then Maxwell Philadelphia puts Charlie Sheen and Susan into
so
these
much better.
puts Charlie Sheen and Susan into barrels because they're going to be thrown out with all the rest of the
Put
toxic
these
waste.
two into barrels.
Throw them with the waste to the
Suffocation
ocean.
and pollution.
Oh,
God
man.
damn. Why are we fucking giving Papa Roach any sort of credence here, man?
The fucked up thing is we all knew immediately. When was the last time you heard that song?
What's today?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Our daughter plays it.
Monday. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I was thinking somewhere around 2013.
I read memes that have it like cut my slice from this pizza.
Oh, yeah,
This is my,
okay.
like, and as soon as I read it, I'm like, well, fucking earworm. Awesome.
My favorite one I ever saw that was an earworm meme, nothing to do with this, was Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs doing his like "Would you fuck me" dance,
yeah.
right? But then someone photoshops in Corey Taylor's mask from Slipknot.
Okay.
And then it says, "I put my wiener between my thighs."
And
Love
now I
it.
can hear that song, dude. Oh, fantastic. Good memeing. It's good meme work.
So Estevez and David drive this truck through the gates and find out they have no brakes, which doesn't really matter. They crash into some barrels. The hitmen come out looking for them. They accidentally hit the dump the trash button.
Yeah.
And these hitmen are looking. It's a 360-degree area that you can look.
And we're getting
They're
a beep
looking
now,
at a
by
solid-
the way, Whitney.
What?
We're getting a beep here now.
Yeah, we are.
Like, this is a don't fucking stand.
Yeah, and when you can hear the motor,
Don't stand
these guys
so
are looking at a
close to
solid
trash.
270 degrees of
Except
their view.
directly behind
Just
them.
not the 90 degrees they need to be looking
Hey, you
at.
look left, I'll look right, and nobody look behind us. We'll meet in the middle of forward. And now these two are just kind of out of the movie now.
They get
I
buried with
think so,
trash.
yeah.
Bummer.
Hmm.
Bummer.
They get dumped right out of here.
Yeah.
And then we have a barrel chase scene. So like
It's a barrel of laughs.
these guys, these hazmat suit wearing dudes who were dumping the barrels at the beginning and are now taking all these barrels at the end. They're driving barrels out to these trucks.
Yeah, they are.
And Emilio Estevez is like right in front of one of these trucks running for his life, and this dude is just going right along. He doesn't give a fuck.
Oh,
He's like,
OSHA's not here, so he's got no field of view. He can't see. There are safety. This is as bad as the Death Star.
You were saying something about your roommate would have been
Oh,
like,
if the roomie was watching this because she works in this kind of thing, she would be flagging everybody here. This is Death Star with no rails, though. You know
oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
well, the Death Star has no rails. That's how all those stormtroopers fell off the.
It doesn't
all
make
those
sense.
bottomless chasms.
It doesn't make sense when you're building a super weapon / base. Couple rails.
Couple rails so you don't.
You already
fucking
built this
die.
whole kyber crystal laser thing.
I mean, it's all of Star Wars. I mean, fucking Han Solo dies and he falls off of a fucking. It's a walkway that's above another bottomless chasm.
True. Ben Kenobi
Ben
going up and
Kenobi?
down. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got even Bespin, the Cloud City. Luke
Yeah.
going through. Like, there's
Cloud
Wow.
City needs rails.
Wow, it's called Cloud City. It's in the name. I would change it to Rail City, but then Charlie Sheen might show up. I'm here to book a vacation for Rail City. Is it what I think?
It's not that kind of city. No, that's not true. It's impossible.
That's impossible. It's directly from episode 5. I just see her confusion. She's like,
and
God
this is why
damn
the
it.
Star Wars podcast would be great. You love it. I know it.
I
She
won't
has no
be
fucking
on
clue.
it. Oh, maybe I
No,
will
you'll
be on
be
it.
there.
Oh,
You'll
shit.
be the
yeah.
confused one.
No, well, she'll be on there for a little bit until she just decides, like, I can't.
She just leaves. Just walks away in the middle of the episode. So Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez get reunited, and it feels so good.
Reunited and it feels so good.
The barrel that Sheen's in, I think, falls over and opens up,
Yep.
and he comes out. And then they're hanging off the back of this truck. These trucks are driving down the freeway or whatever, this highway, and these guys are hanging off of it, trying not to get hit by cars. They're
Having a
swinging
good back and forth, too.
Yeah.
He's like, I think it's Emilio yells, like, any ideas? Like, I'll think of something.
Oh, that's because
Hey,
Emilio's
James, I didn't think of anything.
Emilio's gun is now caught on the side of the thing.
I think it's
as the door's
Chekhov's
open.
gun. No, sorry. Sorry, I see what you're at here.
But yeah, his gun gets caught, and then he's like trying not to. And that's when the
Pompadour
pump and the douche.
Dreads in the palm, covered in shit.
They're coming driving the opposite way, and they
That's a
see
bit of
him,
my
and they're
handiwork
just
there.
like, "What the fuck?" Like I think they swerve to avoid it. They don't actually kill him.
I don't know if they do. I think that Charlie Sheen pulls Emilio up in time,
Oh, okay.
and otherwise they would have murdered him.
Yep.
These are murderous dudes. They
Because
don't
they-
know what car pranks and garbage pranks are.
They don't like stop or swerve. They grab onto each other and the car goes off the road.
Oh, so they weren't trying to, like, they just were scared.
They were
Yeah, because he
scared.
wasn't. I saw them looking at him, and I expected the pomp to be like, "Oh, this is our chance. We got him now." But he was more like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Is that a right for us?
so they get to where they're going. Keith David is separated, and he's back at the factory, the chemical factory.
And we hear a woo, woo,
Yep.
woo.
The cop car pulls up, and they get out, and he's like, "Rent-a-cops," and he looks right at the fucking
He
camera.
spikes this lens, dude. I mean,
I
we're breaking.
hate Rent-a-cops too.
We're breaking that fourth wall, and I'm fucking happy to have a conversation with Keith David finally. I've been waiting for
And like
this.
a lot of times, if it's out of place in a movie like this, it's never happened before. I'm not a big fan, but in this case, this movie is so wacky
Yeah.
that I was like, cool.
And as you had said, this is Keith David with like maybe this is kind of taking him down a peg as far as how intense it is. Like, oh, this is a comedy.
Yeah, this is.
I gotta remember it's
this
a comedy.
falls somewhere between The Thing and Requiem for a Dream. So
I didn't take it out for air, man.
ass to ass.
Charlie Sheen and Emilio just ass to ass.
So he ends up tying up those rent-a-cops too. We see same way.
Same
Same
way.
way.
He's
Only
got
he
a
doesn't have a
thing.
spinny wheel of death.
And
Yeah.
the pizza guy's like, you got a problem, man.
And you know what? No judgment. Keith David's character might just be a closet case homosexual. He's got some pent up things here.
Yeah.
Or he saw some shit.
Run with that. Go see that mystic arts thing, therapy.
So he arrives with dead body and the pizza man.
Dude, these band names are getting ridiculous.
That's like a Chemical Brothers thing. It's like an electronic duo. The dead body and the
they're
pizza
both
man.
wearing giant
You
helmets.
had me until you said that.
And they arrive at the dumping site, and the pizza guy or Emilio Estevez.
Oh, I gotta say, this dumping site though, Derek clocked it right away. I mean, I know you and I had both seen this
We were
movie.
like, who's going
Derek
down
clocked
that?
it right away. He's like, that guy's going down that pipe.
Yeah, there's this big hill that leads down into some water that's already got
it's a
dry
Cessna
ice in
pool.
it. It's a Cessna pool. And there's a pipe just from nowhere going to nothing.
No, he goes to the Cessna pool.
And immediately I was like, oh, Maxwell Pompilius III is going down that pipe, dude.
It's not a fucking Roman gladiator, dude.
That would be Maximus Pompilius.
Far from it.
He's Greek, not Roman.
Papadopoulos.
Same fucking thing.
Maxwell Papadopoulos III.
That changes this movie a little bit.
But yeah, there's like a brawl that kind of breaks out. Oh, before the brawl, Emilio Estevez pulls out the pellet gun, which no one knows is a pellet gun except for our main characters.
Yep.
And he's holding it on one of these.
The dead guy doesn't know.
He's holding it on one of these hazmat suit wearing men. And then the pizza guy shows up and he's like, oh, they're yelling at him from the police car. That's right. They're using the speaker system. He's like, you with the pellet gun. Put it down. And he's like, I wouldn't do this with a pellet gun. And that's the pizza guy is like, this was a fucking pellet gun the whole time.
And
that
you
might have been
hear-
earlier, but either way.
Oh, no, it was earlier.
Yeah.
But you hear Pizza Guy and
Pizza Guy is the one that
Keith
calls out that
David
it's a pellet
going
gun.
back and forth on like the
Yeah.
police radio.
I sound more like a cop.
Don't give me that shit. Don't touch that. I do think it was funny that this Pompadour Maximus Topimus Papadopoulos gave a shit about Matthew. Like when he held him,
I
when he
know,
held
it
him
was-
hostage, I'm like, you could probably fucking shoot that guy. And he's like, I got 10 more.
I don't know
right
what-
behind
That's
me.
exactly what I expected. It was like, I'll kill him. And he'd be like,
But
okay.
no. He's like, I don't want to do my own physical labor. Throw your guns over. We'll get more
Yeah.
guns. We have more guns.
He has his henchmen throw their guns over the side of the hill. One of the henchmen kind of looks like an Italian version of Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yes.
Louis.
I saw it from a
that's
distance,
French.
and
Damn
I was like, is that Lou Diamond? No.
Oh God, well, I would put Lou Diamond Phillips in this movie as probably Pompadour,
Yeah.
Dreads and
Oh.
Pomp, Lou Diamond Phillips, and Gary Oldman.
I want Lou from Big Hit.
Oh yeah, and Gary Oldman from True Romance.
Ooh.
Oh man, you can't afford that movie.
I know.
This is
I know.
no longer a $9 million movie.
This is a wish list, man. That's a $9 million craft service table.
I mean, this was after Young Guns. They could have asked Lou Diamond Phillips.
True. Oh, we got that Lou Diamond in. You ain't getting Gary Oldman though.
No. What was Gary Oldman doing at the time?
Coke.
I don't know. Something good.
Your mom.
1990.
Yeah.
Probably something fucking epic. Check
'Cause
check your Criterion collection.
Because what
real quick.
Dracula was like, what, 94, 96 maybe?
Yeah, probably, 94 feels
True
closer.
Romance was like 90. I was also like 94.
Yeah.
Maybe 96 also.
Had a busy
something
year.
like that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
He was
you ain't
doing
getting-
something better though.
You ain't getting him, but I want him.
So there's this brawl that breaks out. They're all scuffling. These garbage men,
These moves
Vietnam
they're doing
vet,
are
and Pizza
awesome.
Man are just taking out these dudes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're barrel loaders except for two beat 'em up guys.
yeah,
And the
that's
beat 'em
true.
up guys actually aren't even beat 'em up guys. They are hit men. Very different.
They're throwing these dudes over the side of this hill, down into the acid water, all kinds of stuff. And then Maximillian Pomadourious grabs this bulldozer.
Oh, it's a killdozer.
Dude, the fucking glove on this thing. I call it a glove because it looked like
It's a catcher's mitt.
a double catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
He pushes one of these trucks down, and we're all just like, well, that's a much faster way to put all your barrels into the water.
You can
by
get
the
a new
way.
truck, dude. Come on. You're Maximilian.
You're a Maximillionaire. And they get out of the way of that, and they all try to get into the police car, and they're like scrambling, and they get in, and they're trying to get it started, and he's coming out, and they're all like, get in. He starts coming toward him. Get out. It made me laugh.
Crushes this thing.
Yeah.
Keith like pulls the dead body out just in time.
Yeah, another. We were watching it, and Whitney referenced Christine. We did just watch it recently, but like the bulldozer running over the car, just crushing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And then they kind of have this. It's kind of a silly conclusion, but I guess it fits with like a kind of a wacky movie, because like the guy gets out of the bulldozer. And he's walking away, and Susan jumps out of a refrigerator. It's
a throw together fun house in the middle
Yeah.
of a trash landfill thing.
Everybody knows if you're in a landfill, you don't get in the fucking refrigerator.
There's
That's
rules,
how kids
dude.
die.
Yeah.
But Susan jumps out of the refrigerator, spray paints him in the eyes. He turns around, and then we get what you say, Grouch's garbage cans.
Uh-huh.
They high five garbage cans across his head and make him spin. And he comes up, and we've got the pizza guy wearing a garbage top
A
hat.
destroyed umbrella.
Love the destroyed
Yeah.
umbrella. It looks so fucking good.
He's like, "Oh, your car, sir." They've got his limo there, and he opens the door, and the guy gets in, and there's the dead body with a cigar and a cocktail.
Really good corpse work from this fucking guy.
And when Maximus Pompadourious realizes what the body is, he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he goes and gets out down the garbage chute.
Oh no, he gets shot in the butt by the pellet gun.
That's right. And then down the not garbage chute, down the mysterious mystery
so
pipe.
it's a garbage chute.
Down the mystery pipe into the acid water, and then he's made of cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't show the sequel, but he dies.
And that's basically the end of the movie.
That's
I mean,
it.
we get a little bit of a wrap up, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, they all just stand there and look.
We've now saved the environment. We destroyed some corrupt politicians.
Oh,
Yes,
we
we
do
did.
get the cops getting peed on by a dog.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have the douchebag cops tied up, and a dog pisses on them, and that's fun.
Outro with some Ziggy Marley, I think.
Yeah,
I think it sounded like Ziggy
Yeah.
Marley.
and that's that. Yay!
Yay.
Happy
Golf clap.
birthday!
Golf clap.
Just recommendations around the horn. Obviously, I kind of know where you guys are going, but
Obviously, I still give this 2 thumbs up. I grew up on this movie. It definitely held up for me. I'm so glad I did this. Happy birthday to me.
I don't have much more to say than that, man. Like, I grew up on it, and I loved it, and it held up, and I fully recommend it. All
Yeah.
the thumbs up. Whitney's birthday, 3 thumbs up.
I recommend it too. First time seeing it, I enjoyed it. I think it might have enjoyed it more if it had been something I'd seen when I was younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. I had a good time. I'm watching it going, this is a stupid, silly
It's a boob
90s
comedy.
80s,
movie.
90s
No movie.
comedy.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And I thought
there
Charlie
were
Sheen
0 unnecessary boobs in this.
That's fine.
acted,
Yep.
as did Emilio Estevez, which both of them would know not to do.
Keith David fucking tears it
Keith
up.
David
Yeah.
tears it up. Everybody did a good job. The cartoon character that was the Maximillian Pomadourious,
Uh-huh.
he did a great job. Everybody was fun. It was a fun movie. It's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
My type.
So I didn't mention at the beginning, but in the last episode, I said that we were going to be doing whatever it takes this week. We changed it for Whitney's birthday.
Thank
Because
you.
you didn't want to get a divorce.
Yeah, I didn't want to get smothered in my sleep.
Yeah. I don't want to find you in a yellow barrel.
I have one back.
Terrifying.
It's not yellow, it's blue.
She's bluffing.
But next week we'll do whatever it takes, which has Don the Dragon Wilson, Andrew Dice Clay,
Ooh.
Fred Williamson. If you don't know who that is, Google it. You'll be like, oh.
You'll recognize him.
That'll be our next week's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, follow, whatever thing your particular app lets you do that because it helps people find us. We want to thank Evasion for the opening and closing music. Go buy some merchandise.
Check out the YouTubes.
I definitely have something to say. This Saturday, we were going to have a craft fair at Harbottle Brewing. It starts at noon, goes until 5. Come check it out. We got community there selling their wares, stuff they've made, stuff they baked. We've got some other breweries showing up. It's a really fun place to be.
Yes, November 11th.
Yes.
That's the day of the event.
Sounds
Go check
fun.
that out. Thank you guys. You'll hear us next week. I have been Derek.
I'm still Whitney.
I am Jack.
I got nothing.
Go trash yourself.
Yeah, good night and go trash yourself. When I was doing mic check, I sounded just like this.
Hey, Jack didn't peek on that one.
Hey.
But we did.
It's because I pulled back. I know how to pull out.
Yeah.
41, no kids.
Golf
And
clap.
golf clap.